following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, a local woman continues her public service to the community. We sit down with her to reflect about her accomplishments.
Plus, plans are underway to honor the late C.T. Vivian with a community center. How soon can we expect organizers to break ground? Straight ahead.
And from helicopters to drones, hear how first responders can take part in the new way of patrolling from the sky. News 3 Live at 4 starts now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Western Illinois University joins a list of schools across the country canceling in-person graduation. Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Jenna Skarlutka.
And I'm Lindsay Mock. This bringing a push to change that decision, News 3's Dylan Smith talks to students and a student leading a petition with hopes of walking across the stage.
You know, usually graduation is like, look what I did. I did this awesome thing, and not having that can be really rough.
The reaction of hundreds of students who are supposed to graduate this May. The decision to not host a traditional graduation ceremony came less than 2 weeks after WIU cited the ongoing COVID-19 sole reason, leaving students uneasy.
We want to celebrate, our accomplishments and our hard work, but at the same time, I guess, we want to put safety first.
I wasn't really that surprised about it, and I kind of accepted because my parents are not going to be able to come here anyway. Like, they want to come, but they're not going to be able to come because it's like the border closing down.
All the hard work that did here, and you can't really walk across the stage for it to show that you did that hard work. I just feel like that's, it's like a slap in the face.
Students of all classes sympathize for the WIU seniors who don't get to walk the stage this year, especially incoming freshmen who had their high school graduation taken away.
With the way that campus is doing right now, cases are down significantly. I looked at the dashboard this morning and there's no cases on campus, and I think that we could definitely, or that the school could definitely do something with that. We have the giant football field, and we could have the chairs set up safely, and the families could be set up safely so that the seniors could get what they deserve, which is a graduation.
Strong student opinions have also come in the form of a petition that is over 1,000 signatures strong. The petition was created by WIU senior Taylor Jean, who believes that after the hard work students have put in during challenging times should be recognized.
Our families work hard because they want to give us opportunities that they didn't have themselves. So I think it's more than just having a ceremony. It means a lot more to many people than just walking across the stage.
Jean says she submitted the petition to university authorities in hopes of making a final push for change. But for now, a May 15th virtual ceremony is what's scheduled. In Macomb reporting for News 3, I'm Dylan Smith.
The WI shooting suspect remains behind bars as prosecutors push for an extended sentence. 19-year-old Kavion Poplis appeared in court Tuesday for a pretrial. McDonough County State's attorney says Poplis asked for another pretrial with the case. Attempted first-degree murder is the most serious charge the WIU freshman faces after the September shooting in his dorm room. Police say Poplis shot his roommate 5 times, causing serious injuries. The victim is expected to make a full recovery. Poplis will be back in court on April 20th.
In other news, a Macomb woman is looking back at her time providing community service. News 3's Yolotson Franco tells us how the woman has poured her heart into the community in the last 30 years.
All around the world, every woman has a story to be told, especially during Women's History Month. Jane Copeland has been in Macomb for 36 years and has done so much for this community. Let's hear her story.
So I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, and I came here in 1985. At the time, I was a food service manager for the food service company that is now Sodexo, was called Saga then. And I came to be a dining hall manager.
Copeland furthered her education at Western Illinois University and obtained her master's degree in 2003 to then work with WIU students.
And I became an academic advisor in what is now the first-year advising center of the university.
Working 2 different jobs wasn't enough for Copeland and ran for city council even though she had no experience.
I ran for the office because the person who was my representative was going to retire, and I had some concerns about some things in my neighborhood,
During her time in the council, she was able to pass a rental inspection for residential areas to have safe living conditions.
We did not have a systematic rental inspection program in Macomb at that time. So the only time that the city inspectors got involved was if somebody called up to complain. And I didn't think that that was safe enough.
Copeland is the current president of the League of Women Voters of McDonough County and spends most of her time in this organization.
Our mission is to educate and inform voters, to encourage people to vote. One of the things we actively do is help people get registered to vote and provide information about elections.
Copeland sees that women's issues have come a long way, but believes that equality is still to be reached. In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Yolotsin Franco.
Honoring a civil rights leader from Macomb, that's what one local activist is doing to pay tribute to the work and sacrifice of C.T. Vivian. News 3's Kennedy Williams shares the plans underway to have his legacy live on.
I mean, manhood in humility, sacrifice, hard work, diligence, focused.
Manhood, one of the qualities that symbolizes Reverend Dr. C.T. Vivian's legacy to a local activist.
Reverend Dr. C.T. Vivian really inspired me, and so I don't have a downtime, right? I don't, because when I look at him as one of my heroes, I look at what he went through and what I want to accomplish, and I always can reference back to Reverend C.T. Vivian.
McDonough County NAACP President Byron Odin Shabazz says Vivian's example as a leader and a blueprint for the greater goal has inspired him to create and open up a community center in Vivian's name on the grounds of his childhood home.
And so I'm like, I gotta do something that will be here long after we leave, something that really lives up to his legacy. And this is where I came up with the name with civic and social engagement, because that's who he was.
Odin Shabazz says he could not have started the Reverend Dr. C.T. Vivian Cultural Center for Cultural, Civic, and Social Engagement without the help of others, specifically Vivian's two daughters, Denise Norse and Joanne Walker, and Illinois District Director Mike Boyd. In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Kennedy Williams.
The city of Macomb is moving forward with phase 2 of sprucing up downtown. Macomb City Council approved the second phase of the downtown revitalization project. The roughly $2 million redevelopment calls for new sidewalks, lighting, landscaping, bike racks, and benches. The city hopes to start the work by May and finish by the end of the year. City officials estimate that roughly $440,000 is still needed for the project.
New at 4, it's that time of year again, where you are encouraged to get on your feet and dance to support kids fighting diseases and illnesses. This year, the Rockython event will look different, but the mission will stay the same. Rockython, an annual event put on by Western Illinois University to support the Children's Miracle Network, is set to be held at the end of March in a hybrid form.
We will be live streaming our event from the Grand Ballroom through our YouTube channel as well as on social media.
This year, the event will only be 6 hours instead of the typical 12 due to the change in format. They're trying to keep some of the experience intact by continuing with their live auction and 50-50 raffle online and providing activities for the participants.
Throughout the day, we'll have a bunch of fundraising opportunities as well as programming, still having our Miracle Children, Miracle Families participate, as well as providing educationals and interactive activities for you to do at home.
The money raised from Rockython goes to the Children's Hospital in St. Louis. Rockython works with kids that have gotten help from the Children's Miracle Network.
Usually during the year, we interact with our kids on a regular basis. They usually attend all of our events, like the pancake dinner and spaghetti dinner and any other events that they're available to come to.
However, this year they were unable to host the kids at the events due to the risks of COVID. Over the 8 years Western Illinois University has had Rockython, they have raised over $650,000, and they are hoping for another great year of fundraising. If you're interested in supporting, registration will be open until the start of the event on March 27th at noon.
Coming up next on Live at 4, going high up in the sky, we'll tell you how local first responders can learn more about taking drone classes.
We will have that story and more when we come back. You're watching News 3 Live at 4.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 is back in a moment.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong.
Taking me home, bring me back to solid ground. Taking me home, bring me back to solid ground. Taking me home, bring me back. I can hear the sound.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back. I am Camilla Carter in our COVID-19 update. Western Illinois University is still reporting good numbers of coronavirus cases. WIU is reporting 0 active cases for staff and students on and off campus. The university has reported 26 COVID cases since the start of the semester. Its quarantine use is at 0%, and the school's positivity rate sits at 0.7. Now over to McDonough County. The health department is reporting 15 active cases. That's an increase of 1 since last week. You can head over to our website for up-to-date numbers at news3wiu.com. And an update for the Risk Management Office, WIU, on COVID protocols for the campus community. In a campus-wide email, the Risk Management Office encouraged students, faculty, and staff to continue filling out their daily COVID self-check. The form now includes a section on vaccination status. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker announced today that the state is opening COVID vaccine eligibility to all state residents aged 16 and over starting April 12th. WIU's Macombs campus is shifting to the University of Illinois System Shield testing program for employees and off-campus students. And anyone who needs a face mask can collect them at the Union Service Center. In studio reporting for News 3, I am Camilla Carter.
New at 4 and Eye in the Sky, News 3's Mike Reed tells us how local first responders can learn what it takes to fly drones to enhance public safety.
Emergency responders and educators had a chance to take 2 drone classes earlier this month. The Western Illinois Emergency Management Program offered Federal Aviation Administration Part 107 license classes.
We offered the FAA Part 107 classes at the beginning of March. Those were just a pilot program for people to get the preliminary. You have to have an FAA Part 107 license in order to then use drones in public safety professional activities.
The first classes were on the legality of drone usage, but Western Illinois is looking to offer follow-up classes on how to fly drones.
We want to do the follow-up classes on basically now, how to fly a drone, because that was a virtual class. So that everybody can learn, like I said, the legalities of drone usage and airspace and how you, read it and put it on the GIS mapping techniques. But we also now want them to learn how to fly them and how to use them for specialty areas, and that's going to take more individual hands-on classes.
Drone technology is becoming more common in emergency responder operations.
First off, the drone technology is becoming more and more predominant in law enforcement, fire, and emergency management operations.
WIU wants more responders to be equipped with this technology when natural disasters occur.
We want to have more people, the responders out there, with the capability of using this. We use it all the time, even locally here, for search and rescue techniques to find people that are missing.
For more information on this developing program, contact the Department of Law Enforcement and Justice Administration at wiu.edu. In Macomb, reporting for News 3, I'm Mike Reed.
One area police department is asking for the public's help after finding suspicious items dropped off at several homes. Monmouth police say bags with rocks and letters were left outside of private homes last Thursday. As you see on your screen, police provided us with one of the letters, titled White Lives Matter. Police say the bags also included websites of untested medical supplies. Officers do not believe the handouts came from a local source, but they say other recent incidents have been similar across the state. Anyone with information or surveillance video is asked to call the Monmouth Police Department. And it's been all rain but no rainbows or gold pots for St. Patrick's Day. Kason, can we expect more of the same weather?
Well, you know, it's another cold and rainy day today, but I have some good news coming for our weekend. Warm temperatures and some sunshine are actually in store. My full forecast is next.
Rooted in teaching tradition, the desire to impact lives through education marks our Western identity. We believe every student with the hope to succeed deserves a chance at our institution. We're invested in honing each student's individual strengths to turn that hope into promise. Our commitment shows in everything that we do. It guides our faculty with empathy. It grows our students with courage. It moves each of us with purpose. In Macomb and Quad Cities, all walks of life meet to share cultures, ideas, and aspirations. Together, our students welcome new perspectives, helping them bring true value wherever they go next. Whatever the next challenge or change we face, our fighting spirit strengthens and evolves. With fortitude, we remain devoted to our vision. Brave and loyal, we stand as Leathernecks. For our students, for our region, for our state, and beyond. And when we stand together, we stand up for what matters, going forth as one. And that unity takes us far beyond what we've ever imagined.
And welcome back, Macomb, and good afternoon to you. Well, we've had some very cold temperatures, a lot of wind, and a lot of rain for much of this weekend. It's been no different today, but so far some conditions right now are actually starting to improve a little bit. We're now up to 44 degrees. It's actually improved a little bit compared to where we were about 15 minutes ago. But the main story today is that wind. You can see it's ripping out of the north at 22 miles an hour, and it's making it feel much cooler at about 35 degrees instead. And right now we're currently under a wind advisory, actually. That's going to last until 7 o'clock tonight. Hazards with that are we've got sustained winds out of the northeast at about 25 to 35 miles per hour. And we've also got gusts up to about 50 miles an hour, and that's causing some real problems actually on our interstates and highways. So you're going to want to use caution as you're heading back home, maybe after work tonight, or if you're out and about tonight. Use caution because the National Weather Service actually reported that there was traffic on Interstate 74 that was actually pulling off. Semis couldn't see due to the wind and blinding rain we saw today. But conditions are going to start to improve because the last of the rain is going to end this evening. And we've got a great weekend on the way. I've got your forecast for that coming up in just a little bit, but it is looking awesome so far. And we're going to have above average temperatures actually continue through our weekend and into next week. Radar outside right now, you can see Macomb there. We've got a little bit of rain out there, so if you're stepping out there, it's not falling quite as hard, more sprinkles kind of, but you're probably going to want to bring that umbrella with you if you're heading out tonight. That's the last of the rain there, and that's going to move off, leaving our weekend completely dry. The next chance of wet weather we're going to see is actually on Tuesday. That is going to be the best chance. That's looking about right there when we could see our next round of wet weather. Due to all the rain that we've had, we've got some flooding problems taking place on the Lemoyne River here. Currently, that's sitting at 20.2 feet. Flood stage is 20. That's expected to crest close to 24 feet. That is expected for tomorrow. So some flooding plans around there and in place. And also the Spoon River up there in Knox and Fulton County. Under flood stage right now, but with all the rain we've gotten, 16 feet is expected to crest by Saturday. Tonight, though, around the area, it's going to be a chilly one out there, so if you are out and about, you're going to want to have the jacket on. 29 in Beardstown, 29 in Havana, and Peoria as well. Tomorrow, though, conditions improving. We're going to have those sunny skies out here now, back into the 50s for most of us. Monmouth's going to hold on to 49, but 50s, lower 50s for most of us tomorrow. Tonight here in Macomb, though, partly cloudy skies. Those clouds are going to start to move out as high pressure starts to settle in over the area. We'll have a low of 27, and our winds will actually die off just a little bit to 18 miles per hour. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 49, and it's just going to be much more pleasant and much more closer to normal for this time of the year. Our 7-day outlook now, we're going to see some sunny skies expected for Saturday, 56. Look at that. I'm talking about our weekend. Going to be really good, 61 on Sunday as well. And look at the trend. We're going to be in the upper 50s to 60s for most of next week. So temperatures looking really good in store for those days. Coming up, Sports Director Mike Reed will have your breakdown of sports. That's next when Live at 4 returns.
Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. Your potential is our purpose. Explore your talents in a place you belong. Western Illinois University is here to serve your future. Large enough to provide opportunities, small enough to connect you to them. You are unique, and we are committed to you. Become the future you at WIU Quad Cities.
Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Mike Reed. WIU's own Akeem Kali competed in the NCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships last weekend. Kali placed 6th in the men's 800-meter title race with a time of 1:49.01. Kali said he went into the championship with the intention of making the finals and getting a personal record. I would say that was mission accomplished. The WIU football team is halfway through an unprecedented spring season. The team was faced with some new challenges when it came to their preseason workouts.
So we do a lot of training outdoors. We switched up the weight room setup in Western Hall and kind of brought some things outside into the gym area just to allow for more open space. The NCAA Football Oversight Committee came out with some, kind of some policies and some regulations that said, all right, you can practice this many times a week.
Even after these challenges, athletics is determined to make the most out of the season. WIU baseball is back after having the 2020 season cut short. The NCAA gave senior athletes another year of eligibility, which offered players the chance to come back this year to play the sport they love. Earlier this season, Coach Andy Pasco took home his first career win when the Leathernecks beat the number 4 ranked Louisville Cardinals 8-3. To stay up to date on WIU baseball, go to GoLeathernecks.com. And remember to get those brackets filled in, as it is time for March Madness. The first round of the men's Division I basketball tournament begins tomorrow at noon as the Virginia Tech Hokies take on the Florida Gators. That's sports. Final word is next.
We are Western Illinois University, and we are amazing.
On Fridays, we wear purple.
We are home to professional athletes and actors,
Lawmakers, CEOs, a civil rights leader, and a 3-star general, plus over 100,000 other impressive alumni.
Our programs are mighty. Our law enforcement program is the largest in the state of Illinois and is known internationally.
Supply chain management boasts a nearly 100% job placement rating.
And cornfields might surround us, but we have a fine arts program that can rival any large city.
It's okay to take courses in wine tasting, wedding planning,
scuba diving, grain drying, Renaissance art, engineering computational methods, or advanced federal taxation.
Sometimes our classes even take us to Disney World.
The Apostle Islands, Greece, France, all around the world.
For fun, we spray paint a bulldog statue, race cardboard boats, and shave our heads and dance all night to raise money for charities.
Not only do we paint the paws before homecoming, but we show our love for our mighty mascot, Colonel Rock, with painted statues all over town.
Sometimes we play volleyball with a giant ping ball, and sometimes we play in the mud.
It's totally normal to look at our res hall windows and see a hot air balloon floating by.
Or experience all 4 seasons in one day.
Hey alumni, jump on that Amtrak from Chicago or St. Louis or anywhere in between.
And come back to get a horseshoe,
listen to the award-winning Jazz Studio Orchestra,
or tailgate before a D1 game.
Not every school can say they started the 4-year cost guarantee program
and have a second campus on the banks of the mighty Mississippi.
We are Western Illinois University.
And we are the Leathernecks.
Back at WIU, the university is hosting a series of leadership workshops in March and April.
Students can expect to learn more about jobs, finances, and how to prepare for their future. Because of COVID protocols, the workshops will be held virtually and in person. Many of the workshops will take place in the University Union. Students can contact the Office of Student Engagement with any questions. The link to the virtual workshops will be on our website, news3wiu.com.
And there is a drive-through pancake breakfast on Wednesday, March 24th from 7 to 10 a.m. hosted by the WIU Collegiate FFA chapter. Along with pancakes, the public can curb their hunger with eggs and sausage too. The event will be held in the basement of Knobloch Hall and is a fundraiser for the CFFA.
Homecoming is also this weekend. Are you excited, Jenna?
I am excited. I've never been to homecoming in spring before, but what kind of events do they have coming up?
Yeah, they have Paint the Town, Paint the Paws. I think they have a TikTok challenge going on, as well as a movie.
Knives Out. I know that was a big movie when it came out, but yeah, Kaysen, I know the first event's on March 21st. Is it going to look good for people to get out?
Yeah, it is. I've got a stellar weekend forecast for you as we look at our 7-day. You know, Saturday going to be really nice, 56 is the high and sunny. And then Sunday, when that movie's going to be on, partly cloudy out, a high of 61, so it's really good. I'm issuing a barbecue alert again. Get outside, maybe, you know, grill something out, go to the park, walk the dog, just do something to get outside and enjoy it. And we're going to continue into the week, and it's going to feel really well as temperatures are above average.
Well, that's all for us today.
But we are online all the time. Stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, news3wiu. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying some of those homecoming challenges.